No, good. Yeah, I know you're frustrated.
No, because I can never make sense of what they're trying to do with this game, with these games, with NRS games. There's no logic behind what they're doing whenever they're making certain things.
I'm sure there's logic. I'm sure there's logic.
Make these people stop hating our game.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good logic to have. I haven't even looked at it. I'm just going off of the Thiny.
That's in game, by the way.
Yeah. This is the in-game prompt. Yeah, exactly. On top of that, this is just the in-game prompt that comes up. This is the patch notes for version or patch 0.134. Halloween fatalities added to the Premier Store, so you can pay to shove a pumpkin up somebody's ass. Probably.
I couldn't find it.
Really? It's not even there?
Maybe it's not fully out yet.
I think there's also like a different stage for Johnny Cage's house.
Yes.
It'll be a Halloween stage.
Yeah,
that's all I could find.
Yeah, his house. I've already seen gameplay on it. It looks really cool. I like the little designs in the back. But yeah, so they're going into the Halloween theme, which is kind of cool. Doing some seasonal stuff. Moves can now be pinned to the HUD. This is great for training purposes and such, right? It was kind of been a thing for quite some time. Don't know why this was absent from the main game, but now we have it, which is really dope. So now you can actually put like special moves on and such in case you just don't know, or maybe you're trying a new character. You don't have to keep hitting start and go like 2 menus in order to find it. You can just, kind of pin it down for yourself, which is pretty dope.
Does Street Fighter have that as well? I don't think they do. I think only Tekken and Mortal Kombat have done that.
Yeah, I don't think SF has that. No, to my knowledge, I don't. So
Undernight does it too, I believe.
Good quality of life stuff right there. So on top of that, we've got the in-game ping and connection indicator can now be enabled in online options. Thankfully, I don't think there's a Wi-Fi indicator yet.
No, there still is. It's just beforehand.
Is it before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. It's before. But can you deny? You can deny matches, but you can deny in ranked, right? But not anything else. I think it's what.
No, you could deny in casuals,
or is it the other way?
You can deny casuals. You cannot deny ranked.
In ranked, it's only
like 105.
Yeah, there we go. That's a little backwards. It's like, come on, man. Allow us to deny in ranked, and who cares about casuals? It's just casual, right? Like it doesn't really make any sense.
I still Wi-Fi. Let me deny.
Yeah,
I still play people. If it's casuals, I still play people with Wi-Fi. So it's like you should. I don't think you should. I think it should just be across the board. But I think it's also so people can't avoid just being like, "Ooh, I don't want to play against Sonic Fox," or I don't want to play against Rewind.
Fuck
or
that.
something
I want to play with them.
Some people just don't because they don't feel like they're capable of it yet.
Bro, you gotta.
I think it's a terrible mentality.
You're gonna get fried. You're gonna get burnt. You're gonna get smoked one way or another. You might as well just do it now. Get it over with like a band-aid. Just gotta rip it. Added the ability to mute voice chat and microphone via the main menu under the audio settings, pause settings in an online match. We don't have to jump into a party on PlayStation or whatever console you're on and to mute that out.
So there's an option in PlayStation to just hit the PS button, go to sound, and then turn off group chatting. That's it. You can also just push this magical button on the controller that mutes your controller.
What you're failing to realize, Gabe, is people don't want to.
What?
like you're telling people that they
don't want to look is what you're saying?
People don't want to mute themselves. They want people to hear them.
But no,
like the people that are doing the sound effects of the fatalities.
That's kind of funny. That's hilarious.
I like that stuff. I think there's some people who are gonna still leave it on, like content creators, obviously. But like, if I'm a casual player who just wants to have a nice, Mortal Kombat experience, I don't want to hear people calling me the N word. I don't want people to call me the R word. I don't want people to call me anything.
You don't want people to be toxic. It's fun.
I don't want to hear your music in the background.
But you can turn that off.
No, you can't.
Already.
Gabe.
Yes, you can. In PS5. Yes.
But
I can show you the
as we're stating, it just mutes the mic, but doesn't mute their mic. Is what we're saying.
Yes, it does.
But that's an extra step.
Well, regardless, the game does it now.
Matches.
Regardless, it's in the game now. We don't got to go that extra step because maybe some people don't have that. Maybe they use a different kind of controller and don't have a mute button to actually press, right? Like
maybe PC and Xbox. There you go.
Yeah, thank you. PC.
Fixed cases where the yellow notification for new items would not clear. Actually, I don't even know what that. I guess we're talking about actual.
So when you do like customize and you get new items,
that's okay.
From doing the coin thing. Sometimes it doesn't clear, which I mean, some people find that because they have OCD.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I want to make sure I've seen everything, game. Don't need to keep notifying.
Wait, can I also elaborate on this? For some reason, I opened up my game. All of the trials now have a yellow ping on them, and they don't go away unless you do them.
Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that's hella annoying.
Right.
I don't want to do everybody's trial.
General gameplay, bug fixes, which is extremely vague, and for good reason, I guess. They don't have an official patch note list on. They were going to show the patch notes list. I don't believe in the game like that, but there's no official patch note list anywhere. So it's really vague. So it's basically gone to the community to figure it out. And there's already been several Twitter threads of it. We've got a couple noted ones. But I've also had a chance to sit down and check out some streamers instantly and be like a Foxy Grandpa who's kind of gone in and grinded with his chat trying to figure all that out.
This kind of reminds me of the days when Injustice 2 would come out with a patch and then they would just like shadow patch stuff.
And it's like we don't believe you. Yeah, like we don't believe what you're saying here.
They want patch so weird.
They are. They're always odd. But yeah, so there's several threads out there and we've got some notes here. Like I said, I'm checking out some streams. The biggest one to kind of throw out there right now, of course, is the Cyrax Kameo, right?
Yeah.
No longer the spinning helicopter, no longer a half bar. So in case you're not playing MK like that, your assists have, it takes a certain amount in order for you to actually use your assist. It's either half or a full. Cyrax has a very powerful assist where he does the helicopter. It's just crazy chip. It's great for oppression. It's great for kind of everything. It's just a really good Kameo, but it's at half, so that makes it even more powerful. Well, they changed it. They made it one full bar, so it takes quite some time before you can make even something like his net usable, which is a half, but you have to, like I said, if you're using a whole bar, you literally have to regenerate in order to even get that capability. So it's a big payout that you have to spend a big resource to actually spend and burn in order to get that. So it isn't as prevalent. Because, I mean, if you were watching ECT or really if you're playing online since MK1 has come out, you've known how potent this character has been. Even since, I don't know, even beta, right? Like, forever.
I don't think he was in the beta.
Okay, if he was in the beta, then...
He was not.
No, not even the last one. Yeah, my bad.
I'm thinking Frost, Sub-Zero, Kano, and...
Thinking incorrect there. But regardless, since he dropped, Cyrax has been powerful now, kind of been thrown to the wind. Now, the big thing about it, some people might be like, okay, cool, it's just a Kameo. It's like, well, no, that Kameo enabled a lot of different characters to do a lot of different things. And so subsequently, when you're nerfing a Kameo like that could affect a character's game plan, you're essentially nerfing the character too. Like Kenshi and kind of Sento setups are a little bit nerfed now. Damage output just in general, Raiden, Kung Lao, Baraka got hit like doubly twice for each blade. He got a damage nerf on a 10%, and he got a nerf on the assist, and he got a nerf on another one of his strings, right? The 2-to-1, or is it 2-1 or is it
2-1?
Yeah, 2-1. 2-1 now has a bigger gap, so you can have a reversal in between it. Static G is just, his eyes couldn't roll any harder to the back of his head right now.
It's just dumb how they like over nerf things. I don't think they know the answer. Do you remember that one thread that Keats put up about how he fixed Killer Instinct?
It was a great It's a great
read, because it's like he doesn't just fix everything everybody's complaining about. Because like this is over, and I saw Hayate put up the same thing. And then Chris G's like, no. And I'm like, no, it is too nerfed, man. Like, yes, it was a lockdown. But like, even the cooldown of the assist takes longer.
Yeah, is that the additional? I thought it was just Kung Lao that got hit with. Once again, the information is sporadic, because Kung Lao also got hit. Like his low hat no longer goes off in 3 seconds; it goes off in 4 seconds. But also him regenerating takes longer.
Doesn't even reload. Like, I mean, Goro and Montaro have that much like reloading time.
Yeah,
No, good. Yeah, I know you're frustrated.
No, because I can never make sense of what they're trying to do with this game, with these games, with NRS games. There's no logic behind what they're doing whenever they're making certain things.
I'm sure there's logic. I'm sure there's logic.
Make these people stop hating our game.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good logic to have. But I think on the other side of it, like, I get what you mean. It's like, you know, do you want us to have the freedom? Do you want to have that player expression? Do you want us to have the most fun? Are you thinking more on the casual side? You know, it's a terrible balance, right? Because if you're thinking one way, the other's going to suffer. And us obviously being in the more competitive side, right? More of the hardcore side, we take these kinds of like the patch notes are really for us, like, right? The casuals don't give a shit really. They'll just be like, oh, it's a little weirder, right? That's about it. But like, you know, for the company to claim to be really community focused like this and kind of veering that direction and blurring it, it's like, where are we going with this?
I feel like, and I'll say this from a dev standpoint, because working on games has given me the experience to see different things. I kind of said this was going to be either really good or really bad. And I think this was probably the worst they could have done. 100%. I think it was just bad. Not so much the sense of, how can I put it? It's not so much in a sense of this. Yeah, I know.
Dude, the more I scroll down, the more Static G is just like, I don't want to be here.
2 bars.
Yeah, that one, I'm not gonna lie. The Ice Clone one, I was kind of like, what's the point here? Right? Like, use 2 bars and get triple Ice Clones.
The third one is the one that freezes.
The third one is usually the one that freezes. Now the first one just blows you up and the third one does nothing. So it's like, what was the point? Are you telling me the bars was extra for the for just the movement? Is that cost enough?
At NEC, I'm just not gonna. I'll just play at the locals. I'm not entering at NEC.
Yeah, you done with this already? You're already like, yo, this sucks.
It's just not worth it until they fix the game.
That's gonna be another part that I'm gonna talk about. But yeah, man, so finish up your rant. What you got?
So look, just from a dev standpoint, this is a fucking terrible idea. Okay, look, you're making a versus game. You have to understand that assisting is gonna be important. Is probably the vital point of your game. So nerfing assist in this fashion, especially without telling people, is really fucking bad. The best thing you could do is buff, the other assist. Everybody said buff the other assist, but it's not buff the other assist so that they're strong and they just do the same shit. You need it to be so that every assist feels unique and has a different purpose, but works with almost the whole cast. And right now, all they're doing is nerfing assists that work with the whole cast to work with no one almost. And like I said, I do think there's some good nerfs in it. I think, yes, it helps stop Baraka from doing like almost 20+% on your life. You're jailed. You have to do flawless blocking. And you're telling me I have to do this like freaking crazy technique, right? And not even just looking at it competitive, just as a normal player, right? But then there's other nerfs that are going through where you're nerfing characters too on top of that. So you have to balance that out. If you're going to nerf assist, you can't nerf characters yet. You have to also buff other assists in the process.
I think the best way to have, I know we got to take a break soon. I think the best way to actually buff maybe nerf the assist would be to make it not an ambush. I mean, yes, it's still good, but it costs so much. And like, what's her name? Sindel can do a back 3, which is the sweep, into the tornado. Now, if it hits, she gets like a pop-up. If it doesn't hit, she gets, safe. But how much worth is it? Like, she can snap and then have it come back to her. I haven't tested.
No, there's just a lot of weird nerfs to characters who kind of realistically can sit here and say kind of needed it, but then it's like, oh, the assists are nerfed, so it's like that should have been enough to nerf these characters a little bit, because the characters are fun and playable. I don't know. I just think that they should have, what they number one should have did was either focus on the characters being nerfed or focus on buffing the cameos. And if not either one, just nerf a little bit of the cameos and let people play the game, because Kung Lao's assist is completely gutted. People hate it now. His forward assist during block string, in the middle of block strings, now knocks down. It no longer pops up, which I'm fine with. That should probably do that. If you're getting armor, you're going to cut through somebody's stuff. But
or if your character doesn't have wake up.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it's just an option. But like, there's other good buffs that I've seen, like from Natar getting a little bit buffed and stuff like that. Where I actually think there might be some good stuff in there. We haven't explored everybody yet to see what's really nerfed and buffed. But I just think this was kind of sloppy. Why the fuck would you put out a patch without putting out the patch notes? I don't care if it's after a tournament. Just don't fucking do that. Just if you're gonna patch it, tell people you're about to patch the game. Hey guys, we're dropping a new patch this Friday. We're dropping a new patch this Tuesday. If you already had the patch ready to go, you should have the notes ready to go. That's the easiest fucking part of this. That's how I look at it. That makes me mad. Because now you want me to discover all this shit. If that's the case, stop posting any time that you're going to do patch notes and just be like, whatever. Let it patch. You guys will figure it out as it goes.
It is a little weird on the timing sloppy. In terms of sloppy is really the real word. It is. It honestly is, because we're trying to really find out what the hell is the changes. That we're fresh off a tournament. We should be able to know what has been patched, what has been changed. But I mean, at the same time, I'm kind of on the other side of the coin. I kind of like the idea of trying to find stuff. It's kind of fun.
I do. But tell me there's a patch.
But it's also very. It's also pretty. It feels like the world's kind of caving in once you realize the direction of the patch. You're like, oh, the epiphany. You're like, oh shit, this is a problem, And then you gotta wait to actually see those official patches to see whether or not your research is correct.
But you know what's funny, and it's always gonna happen. Anything that hasn't been explored yet is not gonna get touched until it gets explored.
Something's gonna be broken.
Well, I mean, look, we had a Rain winners finals, right? Rain didn't get Rain. I'm sure it wouldn't get touched.
Rain did get touched, actually. Rain got buffed. All right, so we're gonna go to a quick break before Static G loses his